Elliot Shore Parks is in studio, along with a legend. Angelo Cataldi joins the program. What's going on, Angelo?
First of all, when did you become a regular, Fritz? You were just an intern when I was here.
Listen,
what's that all about?
It's been a big rise. It's been a big. You give one ovation to Trey Turner, and they put you in a big spot. You know what I mean?
Tell you again, I don't even approve of that. I want to be on the record there. And it's great. I'm so glad Elliot's here because. Let me get my plug in first.
Right. Why else would you be here?
Today's the last big day.
I thought this was over.
Yeah, I did too. But, all right, anyway, it's the book is loud. It's my memoir, 33 years at WIP, and it is available today for the first time in audiobook.
Love it.
And I am the narrator of it.
Okay.
It was a little bit of struggle on who was going to do that. But I won that battle, and it's out there now. And if you want to get it, go to Amazon or Audible.com, and you can order it. And you know what I learned, Ike, that was a little bit shocking?
What's that?
I don't know if it would be to you. Many of the people that listened to the show when I did the morning show here are not big readers.
Can they?
That Fritz. Yes, they can.
Okay.
They
Just
choose not
sure.
to. They choose not to read, and now they don't have to.
Right.
You could just hear me read the book.
The audiobook makes it easier to read.
Now, does it count as a book read if you listen to it?
For people who have never read a book, yeah. Like Keith Jones read one book.
I know. Now he's running an organization.
But not the one he actually wrote. Somebody else wrote that book.
Not the one he wrote.
And like Jonesy, he has not read the book, even though he's in the book.
Right.
So I would like to think now perhaps he would listen to it.
Listen,
I doubt it.
I think the audiobook is a great idea because, first of all, we're lazy in this generation, right? This generation, we're not. Is it lazy or we just don't know how to sit still long enough to read a book?
We don't got time.
Yeah, so everybody
It's like a podcast.
is
Time.
just
I got
moving around.
nothing but time. All I do is read now.
So you put it on audio, and it's in your voice.
It's in my voice.
That's even better. So that's like listening to the radio,
Yes.
and it's listening to Uncle Angelo tell us a story.
And like when I'm on the parts with Andy Reid and people I hated,
Right.
I get a
Did you
little
get
extra.
animated?
I give it a little
Yes,
extra.
yes.
Gabe Kapler, a little shot in there. You know how that works.
I like
Have
that.
to.
I like that.
Have to. So we'll get to obviously everything going on with the Eagles, but I mean, Spike's making his big return to the show here. I mean, how do you feel
How
about
about
that?
That's exciting. To me, that's exciting because Spike, he was here when I was here. He was my boss for a number of years. He's the only Eskin I've ever liked.
I think most of us agree with you on that.
No, I think it's exciting because I was just talking to the boss out there. I said, there's one thing I know about Spike is he grew up in it. His father was a great provocateur. And I just know Spike knows exactly where to hit the nerves.
Oh, yeah.
He'll know where they are. And he will really annoy you, Ike, and that will be fun to listen to.
Yeah, and see, you're smart enough to anticipate that's going to happen.
Oh, no, that
at some
is
point.
going to happen. Are you kidding?
Well, he came down here one day 2 weeks ago and lit a fire and
He did.
and left to go back to New York. I mean, he basically called AJ out, and AJ.
Oh, I heard that. That was great, by the way. That was great. See, that's what you do. Get them so mad they call the show and help your ratings.
Did you think the Kellen Moore question I asked was fair?
What was that question?
It was horrible. No, we don't talk about it. It was a
So
bad
he threw a
moment.
Kellen Moore
Kellen Moore
question
is
there.
the head coach of the team. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
we're not letting Nick touch the offense, Angelo.
Well, is he touching the defense?
No, he's just there.
Any specialties? Doing anything with that?
Clock in.
All right, on most of the strategic things now done by analytics. So he's just standing on the sideline, modeling the new Eagles brand sweaters and jackets.
Yeah, and yelling at the
He
camera.
builds culture. He's a culture builder.
That culture was amazing at the end of last season. I'll tell you that.
Now, did you miss not being on the air for that collapse?
No.
Really?
That's how you know you're done. I went, these people don't need me making it worse. Yeah. I would have really 3 games into the collapse. I would have started on Sirianni. Get him out of here. He's clear,
Yeah.
Which was that would have been a few weeks premature.
Oh, yeah.
By the end, everybody was there, but I was,
You would have been
I always
first.
panicked first.
Yep.
I took pride in. I'll panic now. They'll follow, and if things turn around, I'll pretend I never said that.
It's a beautiful system.
Right.
That's a beautiful system,
Great,
pal.
hand,
3 years
great
of that.
handbook, man. It's a great handbook.
It's a lot of years of doing that.
So the audiobook is available at AngeloCataldi.com?
Yes, it's also available there, but Amazon Audible, it's out now, and I think you'll like it. I mean, there was no one out. They even had me read the foreword, although Ray Didiger did that, and there was this really poignant moment where my wife spoke, and they wouldn't let her read it. I had to read it, so it sounds a little weird. But I enjoyed the parts where I was ripping people, and a lot of the book is about that, so it was fun.
There you go.
It's good.
There you go.
Anyone you want to rip today?
Yeah, I do. And I want Elliot Shaw-Parks in on
What's
this.
up? How's it going?
Elliot, here's the deal.
All right, let's hear it.
I know a lot of people are jubilant
Yes.
that Saquon Barkley is now Eagle.
That's what many are saying.
I am not
Saquon.
one of these people
Why?
because, look, I like him as a player. He gets hurt quite a bit. That's a concern. I think he will. Finally, they'll have somebody who picks up a block on a blitz, which would be very nice, right? So you got all that going. But it doesn't address the fact that they can't cover the pass. They can't cover. Elliot, you
Yeah, but
watch
that's
these
just
games. They can't cover it.
Well, the real issue last year, first of all, I agree that the defense was not good last year. The problem was the coaching. If you look at the coaching last year, they got terrible coaching from Matt Patricia. I mean, they clearly missed Jonathan Gannon, if we want to be honest. Like that was the main problem with the defense last year, that they lost one of the best coordinators they've had on that side of the ball. But
show him the second half of the Super Bowl, would you please?
Oh, we've tried.
Show it
after
to
we
him.
watched
Yeah,
the
we've
first
tried.
half when they held them, I think,
The
to
first
10
half
points.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's how the game finishes,
Yeah.
Elliot.
But anyway, that aside, because they're unfortunately not getting Gannon back. But in terms of next year, I agree with you that the defense obviously has to improve. But when you look at the Saquon Barkley signing, I think it's adding a great player on the more important side of the ball. As much as everyone wants to focus on the defense, it was that $100 million offense they had that was pretty bad the final few weeks of the season. In Tampa Bay, the defense outplayed the offense. So if I look at the offensive side of the ball and how they can get back to that Super Bowl, adding Saquon helps them get there. They needed a weapon in the backfield that they didn't have last year.
I think Angelo's going to be sick in here.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Yes.
When Elliot would come on and do this on my show,
Yeah.
I would keep reminding myself I was getting paid handsomely for the opportunity. Now I am enduring this for nothing
Right,
more
yeah.
than the plug of my book.
Well, I'll
And,
buy a copy if it
Elliot,
makes you feel
Elliot,
better.
My God, Elliot.
Yeah.
Slay and Bradbury.
Yes.
All right. Here's two stats for you. All right. Slay and Bradbury, 60% conversion rate on passes thrown when they were in the coverage. Here's one more for you. For the entire season, passer rating of Eagle opponents, 115.
Terrible.
They
That was
couldn't
against them?
cover the pass. Yeah,
Yeah.
the coaching was bad. So was every other aspect of it.
I agree.
You couldn't get any of those guys to cover. You were a linebacker, Ike.
Yes.
Ike, did those guys ever cover the damn tight end?
Not once.
See, but
not once
that's
this
the
year.
problem. That's the problem. You're singling out
once.
Slay and Bradbury, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying Bradbury had a good year. He clearly did not. I think Slay was better than he's given credit for. But regardless, everything was an issue. The pass rush was bad. The linebackers weren't good. The safeties were atrocious. And at the top, they botched the coaching thing. Up until Patricia got there, the defense was actually okay. They were good against Kansas City. They were good against Miami. The mistake that was made was putting Patricia in charge of the offense. I didn't hear anybody complaining about Bradbury earlier in the year when he switched to nickel and they were shutting down Kansas City and they shut down Miami. Then they put a coach in charge that was bad. Was bad before he got here. Was bad when he was here. So everybody looked bad.
All
I
right,
think
but
next
Elliot-
year with Vic Fangio, they will have a better coordinator and players will look better.
He's gonna.
Elliot, here's the thing, all right? Yes, I agree with the coaching being terrible, but Bradbury is a veteran player who couldn't cover anyone.
Because
You watched
everyone was
the-
out of
just-
position.
just
No,
the
he's not. He's like
playoff
90
game.
years old. Angelo would beat
Come on,
Bradbury in a race.
lost. Come on, you played the position.
No,
you
I'm
know
with you.
it.
I
He
agree
doesn't-
with you.
He couldn't cover
but
anyone.
Ike
You're
also-
bringing him back for another
Ike-
year.
yeah, well,
you
look.
jackass.
You cost cap space to release him, so I'm not going to lose money to get rid of him. But Ike knows, and I agree, Ike should be able to say, when the whole defense is lost, everybody's going to look bad, especially the corners. Like when you have poor safety play where he doesn't have the help he thinks, he doesn't know where anybody's going to be, that causes you to look slower. I'm not saying I'd make him a starter unquestioned next year. What I'm saying is, everybody looked bad. And singling out Bradbury, I think, is missing the larger picture here, which is they need help all over.
Well, they do, but it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I got to start with him.
Would you rather go get Xavier McKinney, who was a very good player?
Yeah, they tried.
They tried. Well, what do you mean they tried?
Tried didn't mean anything.
They spent $90 million
Yeah, but hold on.
players. He only got 68.
But hold on, Angelo. One of your staples of your program is run the ball. You are a run the ball show.
I'm an old style guy.
So I know this is
very true.
You are 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yes.
So it's got to be. This is a tough position for you. Defense or run the ball.
They still won't run it. That's the point. I don't think they'll run it anyway because I think all of it ties into the philosophy of the organization, which is they want to pass the ball on offense. And on defense, they don't give a damn about the cornerbacks or the secondary. They've put all the focus on the line. And you need more of a balance than what they do. That's what I'm seeing, Ike. That's what I see.
Yeah, I wonder how much of this has to do with the quarterback play, too.
Well,
A lot.
Quarterback play, like if
or do they want to take some of it off his plate?
Well, here's the thing. If you're he got a free pass from me this year, and I'm going to tell you why. They never figured out how to stop the blitz. They couldn't do it.
Right.
And there was nothing he
could
do.
Was he part of the problem?
Well, all right, let's just look at the playoff game, all right? 10 times Tampa was blitzed. They blitzed
all
110.
Out. Yeah.
But they went 10 times. One guy got unmolested, shot at Hurts. Nobody touched him on the way in. That is coaching, number one. But what is he supposed to do?
Get rid of the ball?
The play calling was terrible. They had the best weapon in the red zone you could have, Boston Scott, and they never used him in the red zone. Boston Scott, you look at his numbers in the red zone.
Only against the Giants.
No, his numbers are amazing. What, you don't know football either, Reese? What are you doing?
Boston Scott. That wasn't our problem.
The secret to
Boston
it?
Scott.
Well, the Giants are looking at maybe signing him.
Oh,
they should.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right. You may just be a troublemaker, Fritz. I'm
Nah,
never sure it.
Just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Just because of trouble.
Did you shed a tear when Andy got his second Super Bowl ring?
Third.
It was
Third
upsetting.
Super Bowl ring?
I'm not gonna lie. It upset me. Sure it did.
You're not over it yet?
Are you ready to admit he's a great coach?
I'm going to be honest. All right, Jack, this is I figured out in retirement how to take away some of the pain.
Okay.
I placed the wager on the Chiefs.
Oh, there you go.
That a guy.
It's called emotional hedging.
It's
emotional hedging.
It took the edge off a little.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying? I was like in overtime. Well, by the way, the fourth quarter at overtime at Super Bowl were phenomenal. Mm-hmm. That was great sports drama. I will say that. And having a shekel or two on it makes it even more interesting.
So
when they won, I went, all right. And what I did is, though, I shut the TV off the second they won.
Right.
Because I didn't want to see a happy read.
Right.
But, the rest of it, it worked out okay because I made a few bucks.
That's welcome to modern.
I'm on a fixed income now.
You are, yeah. But hold on. If this audiobook picks up, I mean, you might not be on that fixed income for long.
I'll tell you something right now. I learned this fairly early on. Writing a book is not lucrative. I'm still hoping to break even on this thing.
Oh, man.
All right. But
that's good. Is that why you're voicing your own audiobook?
You write the book, right?
Yeah.
And then the publisher goes, well, one of the things we offer here is we offer you an opportunity to sell your own book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very nice. What do I have to do? Well, you need to you have to buy the book from us. Huh? And I went, no, I wrote the book. I still have it in my computer. No, but you have the published version of it.
Uh-huh.
But we'll sell it to you for half price. Mm. So I ended up purchasing 100 of my own
X amount of books, right?
And I wrote them a check for $14,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was my reaction. So at the end, now I'm just trying to get back up that mountain of 14 grand. That's all I'm looking to do. There's no money in it.
Did the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl help that or no?
$100 worth.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't put enough down. Yeah.
You think I put the guys are no?
He's like us. He's worried more about losing than he is winning.
But I tell you what, Elliot, I got a bet I'm making definitely before the next season. Whatever the number is for the Eagles, under.
Under.
Take the under. I figure it's going to be around 8.
Oh, no.
Wow, so you don't think they'll make
You
the
don't think
playoffs?
I'll win 8 games next year?
No. I think that Vegas, they're going
Right.
to put a number
Yeah.
on it. They're not going to give them 5 or 6.
No,
10
9 and a half.
I think it'll be 9 and a half.
9?
Yeah. Well,
Come to Papa.
they've made the playoffs 6 of the last 7 years.
Amazing.
Okay, good. Yeah. They ain't
It's
winning.
incredible.
They're
They're
Elliot,
not winning 9 games next year?
No, they're not winning.
my
Why?
nine
Why are they
games.
not winning 9 games?
Because they're winning 5.
Oh, 5.
If they win 5 games, I
They're
mean,
winning
Everybody's getting
5
fired.
games.
I'll tear down the link.
I was here longer than you guys. It's 5 wins.
You don't think Saquon running the ball next year is going to help him?
Until he gets hurt in game 3, yeah. Probably will.
Amount of positivity with Angelo Cataldi here.
I'm a realist.
Yeah, you really are a
Anyway,
realist.
guys, it's
Been saying it
great-
for years.
Great to come back. I don't want to take any more of your time.
Oh, you sure we got to ask
got-
you about the Phillies?
Yeah, I got 2 questions. We have 2 more
All right,
questions
go ahead.
for you.
Guys,
Yeah, where you going?
I was planning on getting in my car before the rush hour and
this is a-
listening to Elliot
Yeah.
and getting ticked off
Yeah,
all
driving
over.
off the road. Yeah, I'm happy I'm in this booth over here.
We're trying to push audiobooks
go
here.
ahead. Fire it,
So
fire
Keith Jones essentially sold at the deadline. You know, I mean, what would you have done?
I love him. No, there's nothing that man can do that I don't agree with. They're not. I mean, come on.
I know.
If
I
it's
know.
really about the parade, they're not close to that yet.
Right.
But you want to talk about culture.
It's a culture guy.
Culture's been way better
Yeah.
since he got there.
Yep.
Because
Besides the
that
goalie.
guy is special. And I'm telling you right now, give him a couple more years. I think Tortorella's the exact right coach for them. Briere impressed me. He's done some good things.
Sure.
I like it. I don't mind the sell. I would still love to see them squeak into the playoffs just so that they clear that hurdle
Sure.
as early as they can. But I think he's done an amazing job, and I'm really happy for him because there's not anybody I ever worked with that I like more than that guy.
Isn't
you
that
work
the,
with him
isn't
too,
that
you
the
know.
same thing
He's
as
the
the
best.
process?
What's that?
Isn't that the same thing as the process?
All right, could you just shut his mic off for like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
How did you end up in here when I'm here? I come in once every 2 months
He's
to
on
promote something.
Tuesdays.
miss it,
Tuesdays
yeah.
is Elliot.
Well, then I would have come on Wednesday.
How about the Phillies? How do you feel about them heading into the year?
I don't. Here's the thing. All right, yeah, they spend a lot of money on guys they already have, right? Nola, Wheeler, all that money. Are they better than last year? They don't have a closer now. I mean, not that Kimbrel was great at the end, but he was in. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Somebody's got to step into that closer role, or it's all going to be for naught. Atlanta's so good, and the Dodgers spent $1 billion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those teams on the paper are so much better than anyone else that it's going to be tough. It's going to be. You're going to need some breaks, and you can't choke in the last 2 games of your series the way they did against Arizona at home.
Yep.
You can't do that. If that happens again, Thompson out, Sirianni out.
We blame him too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fire him too.
Well, I'm curious.
Well, you got him winning 5 games, so he may not even make it through the
No.
season.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I do think it's interesting, though, Angelo, because you've obviously 33 years on the air here. The Phillies lose games 6 and 7, and it feels like people like they were in the moment mad,
Right.
But now people are excited again. It doesn't seem like they had the same expectations as
No,
as
I
like
was-
if the Eagles did something like that.
I blamed you, Fritz.
Yeah, no, that's
I
fair.
went, why didn't they do another ovation for Tournament? He stopped hitting when we get to the big game.
Yeah, that's
true.
right.
Maybe we got to get him standing again and cheering for when he strikes out.
And
Good plan, Fritz.
final thing here, your favorite Philadelphia athlete of all time retired last week, Jason Kelce.
So true.
Your reaction to that?
Why, this is the thing. So he had this incredible career, and he gave the greatest parade speech in the history of sports. And now he's got to give one last speech. What are the odds that you nail it the way he did? What are the chances? I went and trained. I went to school to be a writer. I can't write that well. He wrote that stuff about you players out there. You're all upset because they're booing you or whatever. Change the narrative.
Yeah.
It's yours to change. It was brilliant. You should etch that in stone and put it outside the link. That guy right there, Jack, let me tell you, all the years, nobody checked every box the way Jason Kelce did. And I hope he finds something as close to as happy for him in his post-football career than he does when he played, because he brought so much joy, and no one connected with the city the way he did.
Yeah.
That was the greatest exit you could ever have in a perfect career. It was just, and he won us a championship.
Yep.
He did everything.
Yeah, wait till his Hall of Fame speech.
That's
He's got
right.
one more to give.
You know what? I'd let someone else do that
I
one.
guarantee you that one
He
won't be
can't
40
beat
minutes,
that.
though. Yeah, that one won't be 40 minutes.
No.
Yeah, they won't let him
No,
up
but
there
it
40
was.
minutes.
Here's a real true story. I'm in St. Thomas, poolside, last week.
Oh,
And I'm reading a
it's
book.
a humble brag.
I'm reading a book.
Was it Loud by Angelo Cataldi?
Don't get me started. A guy at the pool was reading the book.
Oh, there you
really?
go.
That's
I don't
awesome.
want. If I start talking about that, I'm going to sound like a whore. So I'm not doing that. All right, but let me just say. So I'm at the poolside, and my wife is near me, and she's crying, and I think she's picturing me that night when I take my clothes off, right?
Right.
But no, she's watching on her cell phone the Kelce news conference.
Yeah.
That's how affected she was by it, that she was crying when she was watching it. And you can't, it's brilliant. You can't, he's the best.
He had that effect on a lot of people last
I
week.
know it.
Did you hear Richie?
You hear John Ritchie?
Richie cried, right?
Like
Yeah.
a baby.
I heard he cried because he realized he's going to be working with the camera again the next day. That wasn't it?
No,
give, me,
wasn't
give me a snippet of it, Buzz.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hold on.
No,
listen,
that was
listen,
it. Here.
listen.
This is really.
Did you ever cry on the air in your 33 years?
No. Oh, God, no. Are you kidding me?
I couldn't imagine.
I
it,
don't
huh?
think I ever cried.
What about Fletcher Cox? Did you shed a tear when he retired?
Here's the thing.
Not a big Cox fan, are you?
Never have been. All right.
I love Cox.
All right, here's the thing. Excellent player. Had a good final season. Did well the final
Yeah, he
season.
did.
He made $126 million playing for the Eagles.
Sure did.
That's a lot.
It's pretty good.
He had some dry years in there. Some three. He made $14 million one year with 3.5 sacks. But overall, I'm not here to rip people anymore.
No,
I'm here to sell a
we're
book.
pushing books, baby.
Audio book out today. Loud.
There it is.
Check it out at Amazon or Audible.com. Boys, I'm sorry I took your time, Elliot.
It was a blast.
I'm driving home now, and I want to hear you make some irritating remarks, okay?
I'm on till 4.
Believe me, that's more than enough time for you. You'll be fine.
Well, I'm on 12 hours tomorrow, so.
Yep, 12 hours tomorrow, Angelo.
12 hours!
Yeah.
Oh, waterboarding!
That's
One vessel. I'm listening to Elliot.
That's Angelo Cataldi. Go get the audiobook available today wherever you get them.
The GOAT.
And we'll be back with Elliot coming up next on the afternoon show on Sports Radio 94 WIP.